All right, guys, we're going to talk about MPA Supps Cortisolve. So this is our cortisol optimizing agent. It is comprised of a very potent above clinical dose of phosphatidylserine. The dose per scoop is 800 milligrams. So that is remarkably high per scoop. All the research that I've investigated has shown all the cool things to happen in that 400 to 600 milligram range. I'm picky. I would do everything based on research, also empirical evidence as well, and I want to meet clinical dose or exceed it. So I want to just be safe. I did 800 milligrams of phosphatidylserine per scoop. Now, if you go and compare this with what's commonly out there at Vitamin Shop, GNC, similar retail stores like that, you're going to see that they can only cram so many milligrams per capsule. You'll often see a 100 milligram capsule maximum for the phosphatidylserine. You also see the price tag's pretty hefty. They'll give you maybe 30 capsules at 100 milligrams, and it'll be like $30, okay, like $1 a cap. And you'd have to take 8 of those a day. So it actually equates to quite a bit of money. If you did the equivalent of 28 servings with 800 milligrams, you'd be spending anywhere from $70 to $100. So I'm just saying this because a lot of people might look at Cortisolve and be like, oh, this small bottle costs over $55. In reality, it's a steal of a deal because it's actually very potent per serving. So you're getting a better deal, and it also tastes delicious like hot cocoa. And if you see that little pink symbol, that's a trademark for Serenade, which is derived or you get it from Kimi Nutra, which is a nutraceutical company. And so it's pure, it's tested, HPLC, all that stuff. So you know that you're getting a top quality product. There's no corners being cut with inferior, impure product from China or anything like that. So how would you use a product like this? This product's actually multifaceted. It's not just good for lowering cortisol or optimizing cortisol. It's good for mental health, cognitive enhancement, memory. It's been shown to help with people with developing Alzheimer's disease. So the way we want you to use it is, as athletes that train hard, rigorous dieting involves low-calorie dieting, usually whenever you're dieting for a contest or honeymoon or vacation or what have you. Cardio gets jacked up. Sometimes athletes are doing 2 cardio sessions a day in conjunction with heavy resistance training. What that does is chronically, it'll put your cortisol response out of circadian rhythm, so you kind of have a misfiring cortisol level throughout the day, and you want cortisol in optimal range. And cortisol is actually very healthy. We need it for fight or flight situations with adrenaline, and we just need it for energy and stuff like that. But if you're basically overtrained, your central nervous system's fatigued, it can get out of whack and it can get things out of its circadian rhythm. So phosphatidylserine at above clinical dose at the 600 milligram dose does some cool things where it optimizes it. So it's nutritive. You don't crush cortisol to where your joints hurt and all that stuff. It doesn't block the cortisol receptor, doesn't inhibit the 11 beta 8 HSD enzyme. It puts it in a nutritive optimal range. So it's still functioning healthy, but it puts it back in rhythm. Now, what athletes will know or notice from that effect, firsthand, I actually had a group of females that were on a certain team, and they were chronically overtrained from their symptoms. Low-calorie dieting, pretty much down to fish and vegetables, lots of cardio over 2 hours. They used 800 milligrams of phosphatidylserine, and within, I think, a week or more, their caliper readings on their abdomen became thinner and thinner. So they were getting leaner again. So it was almost basically busting through a plateau where they were kind of facilitating results again. Now they ran out of the product when it was out of stock, and their millimeter reading became thicker again. So it almost put a Band-Aid or masked somewhat of an overtrained state. So this combined with a nice regimented or balanced nutrition plan, training plan, is actually a perfect remedy to come in at your best, not fully exhausted and mentally drained and physically drained, all that good stuff. Also anecdotally, we've seen a lot of awesome feedback with people just noticing better mental clarity, more sense of well-being as far as their nerves, they're more calm, things that kind of let you know that you aren't strung out and your cortisol's out of whack. So I would have you use this product, 1 scoop, and I personally just take it and I scoop up 1 scoop of this delicious chocolate powder here, put it in my mouth, savor it, and then swallow it. It dissolves really well. You could also mix it in like a milkshake, or not milkshake, that's not dieting, is it? You'd mix it in like a protein shake or maybe a yogurt, a Greek yogurt or something like that. And I would have you take it about 20 minutes prior to training. It really can be taken anytime. I say prior to training just because the study was done that it's taken pre-training. It lowers the cortisol response to training, so it kind of mitigates some of the elevated cortisol levels that happen while you're training, the catabolic process. But it can be taken any time of the day because it's going to have a storing effect. It's a phospholipid, so it does store in your cells. So really, it's just a buildup effect. So you can take it really any time of day you're comfortable with. Just make sure to take it in general. So next time you're dieting, guys, I think it's a great adjunct to a rigorous contest plan. You know, as you get to that 8-week out mark or body fat gets lower, cardio is higher, I think this is a wonderful product just to add into the equation. And let me know what you guys think. And